Hello student. Today I am going to start new chapter unit 10 theory of circuit operation. Okay. So first of all, what is the operating principle of a circuit breaker? In electrical circuits, uh, 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 okay. One thing I want to mention that up to now we studied the relays, about the relays. We studied the protection of generators, protection of transformer, and protection of induction motor. Okay. And uh, we only study about the relays. Okay, up to now we only study about the relays, that how relays work. Okay. But main function, uh, but to open the contact or to disconnect the device from the main grid or main power system, circuit breaker plays an important role. Okay, so circuit breaker is also one important thing in power system, and I can say that it is the most important thing in power system, or in a protection system. Okay, so circuit breaker operating principle: in electrical circuits, a switch is used for making and breaking the circuit, while fuse is a use for overcurrent protection. Okay, so there is a much difference between the circuit breaker and the fuse. Fuse is used for overcurrent protection, and it is not a reversible, or we can say that we have to uh, we have to make again and again this fuse to use the fuse for a protection purpose. Okay, but in case of circuit breaker is can make and break the contact many time, and we don't have to look after the installation that is anything, we cannot install any additional thing inside a circuit breaker, like the fuse. Okay, switch gears installed in power system serves both the purpose, making and breaking the circuit, and interruption of fault current. Nowadays, uh, electrical power system lines and equipments are operated at high voltage and large current. In the case of short circuit, large amount of current flows through the equipment, causing a sorry considerable damage to it. To avoid such damage, power system equipments are provided with a protective relaying and switchgear. Relaying system senses the abnormal condition and generates the trip signal. So this is the function of relay, that it senses the abnormal condition and generates the trip signal, while switchgear disconnect the faulty section from the other healthy section. So then switchgear come in action and disconnect the faulty section from the other healthy section. Circuit breaker is a switching device that interrupts the abnormal or a faulty current, and in addition to this, it acts as a switch during a normal operating condition for operation and maintenance. Okay, so circuit breaker poses a time element of operation, operates instantaneously on short circuits, but a definite time lag during the overloads. Okay, so circuit breaker can be reset within short span of time with less suffering, no replacement of spare parts such as blown fuse. Okay, so this I already said that there is no need of replace of spare parts like blown fuse. Okay, so this is how our circuit breaker work, and this is one basic circuit for the protection system, that the circuit breaker controls circuit of opening operation. So here you can see that here we have a city that sends the current and it gives the signal to the relay, and we have a PT which also sends the voltage and gives the signal to the relay, and then we have a circuit breaker here that make and break the contact. Normally it is in close position when the condition is normal, but when any wrong thing is happen, or when any fault is occur in the system, in that condition relay gives the signal to the circuit breaker that something is not good, or something is wrong in the power system and you need to open. Okay, so the circuit breaker mainly consists of a fixed contacts and moving contacts. Under the normal operating condition, these contacts remain closed and cannot open automatically until and unless the system become faulty. Okay, so when a fault occurs on any part of system, the trip coils of the circuit breaker get energized and the moving contacts are pulled apart through plunger built-in. This plunger is typically attached to the operating mechanism of circuit breaker, and which mechanically stored potential energy in breaker mechanism is released in. Okay, so this is how our basic function of protection system is. Then after a cycle of operation of circuit breaker, the total stored energy is released and hence the potential energy again stored in the operating mechanism of circuit breaker by means of spring charging, motor or air compression. Okay, so this is how we achieve our goal of protect the system from the fault. Okay, so now we have one of the interesting topic, that physics behind the arc phenomena in the circuit breaker. When the contacts of circuit breaker are separated under fault condition, separation of current carrying contacts produces the arc between them. Okay, so arc is a column of ionized gas with the molecules that has a lost one or more electron. Negatively charged ions are attracted towards the positive contact with a high velocity. Okay, so positively charged ion are attracted towards the negative contact with low velocity. Thus, flow of current between two contacts are mainly because of negatively charged ions, or we can say that the electrons. The arc generally depends upon the following parameters, and first parameter is the nature and pressure of medium. Okay, so arc is depend on the nature and pressure of medium. Okay, so second parameter is depending parameter is the external ionizing and ionizing agents present in the medium. Okay, third parameter is the potential gradient between two contacts and its variation with time. Okay, fourth is the nature, shape and separation of electrodes. Then last but not least, nature and shape of vessel and its position rewrite the context. Okay, so for the in, uh, initiation of an arc, it is necessary that the electrons are emitted from the cathode as soon as the contacts are separated at the time of occurrence of fault. Okay, so these electrons produced by the interaction, or we can say that the when contact is get separated, in that particular condition what will happen, our medium is ionized already due to the flow of electrons. Okay, so when contact is get separate, the medium between this contact get ionized and current start to flow until the this ionization part will become ionization will become if lower up to the level that does not that does not sustain the current between the contacts. Okay, so we have to stop this ionization, or we have to take this ionization from between the contacts, so that we can stop the arc between the contact. Okay, so these are some parameters upon which arc is depend. Okay, so to or we can say that the to quench this arc, we have to work on these parameters, or we can say work on these points, so that we can quench the arc as soon as possible. Okay, so because if we do not quench the arc, then it will create a problem, and it will damage the circuit breaker. Okay, so now, these electrons are produced by first high potential gradient at cathode, causing field emission. So this is first parameter that produce, or we can say that this is the first cause that produce electrons. Okay, so when the contacts of circuit breaker are separated, pressure and contact area between separating contacts decreases. Reduction in contact area increase the resistance, but still less than 1 ohm. Though contact resistance is small, a large value of fault current is sufficient to create a the potential drop of 10 raised to 6 volt per centimeter between two contacts. This voltage is sufficient to dislodge the electrons from cathode. Okay, so rise in temperature causing the thermal emission. Okay, so second reason for this production of electron is rise in temperature causing the thermal emission. Okay, so at the time of short circuit, a heavy current flows through the contacts of the circuit breaker before they are opened by the protective system. When contacts are separate, the contact area decreases rapidly. That the increases the current density in order of 10 to 6 ampere per centimeter square. Okay, so this increased current density rises the temperature of contact surface, resulting into the thermal emission. And circuit breaker contacts are generally made of copper, and hence thermal emission is quite low, and so far the phenomena of arc is because of field emission. Okay, so this is the factor that affects the production of electron. So now we have a topic that no, this is a relating topic, or we can say that this is a continuous topic, that how electrons is generated. Okay, so the third point is a continuity of the arc in circuit breaker. As arc appears between two contacts of circuit breaker, electrons emitted from cathode collide with the another atoms and molecules of gas during their journey towards anode. Such collision results in a ionization of atoms, or dislodge the more electrons, and ionization further aided by more number of moving electrons due to, and ionization further added. Okay, so ionization will increase more number of moving electrons due to these following facts. First fact is that high kinetic energy gained by electrons, or a high temperature of medium around the contacts because of thermal emission. uh, First fact is high kinetic energy gained by electrons. Okay, second fact is kinetic energy gained by electrons will create the potential gradient between two separated contacts. Okay, third is loss of electrons from neutral molecules under the influence of high potential gradient between two separated contacts. And fourth one is the increase of main free path decrease in a gas density further increase the free movement of electrons. Okay, so this is the some facts that increase the ionization more ionization by more number of moving electrons. Okay, so all this process enables the arc to be initiated and maintained. Okay, if arc is very high, the arc may attain temperature enough to initiate thermal ionization that further becomes main source of electrical conductivity. So so now this all the three things are completed, and we again go to the main topic, that why this arc is initiated and what this arc will do. Okay, so if arc is very high, uh, uh, arc sorry arc nahi, if arc current is very high, the arc may attain temperature enough to initiate thermal ionization that further becomes main source of electrical conductivity. Okay, so it will like a cycle, that if ionization increase, or if arc current is increased, then again ionization is increased, and it will again increase the arc, then again increase the ionization, so it will get repeated itself. Okay, so for moderate value of voltage and current, R can be expressed as this equation, but we don't have to remember this equation. When arc current increase, the arc voltage drops as hyperbola, and so this is important point, that when arc current is increased, arc voltage drops as hyperbola. It is obvious that the voltage ampere characteristics of arc is negative. Okay, so if any exam, or if at any place you ask that what is the characteristics of arc, okay, so it is a negative type of characteristics, or we can say that the arc voltage is low when arc current is high, and vice versa. Okay, so during process a large amount of heat is released in the arc space, and this energy can be expressed in like this equation. Okay, so it is generally integration of 0 to t0 and ia, ea and dt, where ta is a time during arc exist. Okay, so this is how we can uh, uh, we can have some idea about the why arc is generated and how we can quench the arc. Okay, so in next lecture we will see the how we can quench the arc. So next question is extension of arc in circuit breaker. So we will see how different methods how we can quench the arc. Okay, so up to now, if you have any kind of doubt, then you can comment it down in comment box. Okay, thank you.